what's going on? We got the Grande lava lamp here. We're gonna go ahead and filter this bad boy. This isn't mine, this is my cousin's, but his looks pretty bad. Mine was worse than his, but you see the transparency, not very good, not very good. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna show you the steps. You're gonna need about 4 of these. 2 fit it all, about 2 gallons worth in there. It won't fill up all the way. You're gonna need one of these, and you're gonna need a Sawyer filter as well. I'll show you that in a second. So this is the Sawyer filter. Any of them will work. Any of them will do. You can get this a cheap Amazon one, but the Sawyer brand just works a little bit better, I think. But they screw onto your little 2 liter can, and then this is gonna be the replacement top. You can get this thing off carefully and just reuse it, but it's better to just go ahead and replace it with the actual repair plug. This one's from Menards. We don't have any, so I had to order it. But just slowly, you're gonna slowly pry off this cap, just little by little. You don't want to do it too hard because you might potentially crack the glass. So just slowly but steady, just work your way around it. Pretty much fully remove this cap. So once you take that piece off, it has this little felt piece in there too as well. And this guy, usually on the newer caps, they'll be able to pull right out. Yeah. Some of the older ones, this will probably crumble a little bit, but I'll go ahead and get rid of that. Some of this wax will kind of melt off or wipe away, but I'm gonna go ahead and start dumping these into these. You're gonna need a little funnel to put inside there too as well. Where that's at. All right. Okay, so I have 2 of these designated to be like the dirty ones, the not clean ones, obviously the unfiltered ones. And I have 2 on the side that are ready. Once you get them all filtered out, you'll be able to pump them into those 2 other gallon bottles. The 2 gallons should be plenty enough to fill this water with. You should have extra space in it too as well. But make sure they're clean. Don't want no dirty ones in there. And you're just gonna pretty much just transfer this to this guy here. Got 1 filled up. This one should probably get filled up about 3/4 of the way. I'm just gonna want to transfer this good here. Keep that over there. And just try to be careful with the wax at the bottom. You don't want it to, bang up the sides of the glass and get dirty on the inside. You're just gonna have an issue later down the road with the wax being all over the sides. But just take your time, pour slowly. You don't want that to happen. Yikes. Alright, so glass stayed fairly clean. It's a little bit of wax on the sides, but I'm gonna run that under hot water and it'll kind of get rid of a lot of this wax that's on the side here. These newer lava lamps that came out recently, I don't think they coated the glass really well on these, so there's a lot of people that have had issues with wax climbing the sides of the glass. But other than that, you might have to fully melt the wax, dump it, and then coat the inside of it with the surfactant coating, and then redo it from there. But this one is pretty good. I haven't had that much wax sticking to it, but we'll get rid of some of this wax on the sides. So all the liquid there, like I said, almost 1.5 gallons, maybe 1 3/4 gallons is going to be all you need. But you're also going to want to have 2 extra ones that you're going to want to filter this one. Once you're going to transfer these into the bigger, into the 2-liter can, and then you're going to transfer it into 2 clean ones. The wax itself on the sides here, I just kind of let the filter do the work on that part, but you can kind of see some of the wax get stuck on the inside of this thing, but nothing crazy. This one's not that like cloudy, but mine was really cloudy, so I think it's only going to need like 1 filter. So we'll get to that. I'm running the hot water as hot as I can get it. The wax up here at the top, it doesn't really matter. It's not really going to be visual from under the cap anyways. So I just leave it on the top. It doesn't matter. But here on down on the sides, you'll see like some of the wax is stuck on the glass here. The best option would be to melt the wax down and pour it out, but I'd rather just not do all that work. So we're just gonna melt down that wax on the sides, and hopefully it'll kind of get off and go down to the bottom. So we'll start from there. If it does need to be refiltered or resurfaced, we'll do that in a later date. But for now, we're just gonna refilter the water, and that's pretty much it. So you can kind of see some of that wax falling down to the bottom. This was a really bad settle. It didn't settle that great. Obviously, as you can see, it's kind of all ropey right now. But as I move it around, I'll get all this excess liquid off the excess wax off the side. It's a pretty clean lamp, so it's not that bad. It's not like it needs a really big tune-up. Once you got your liquid inside your gallons, you're gonna want to transfer it to a 2-liter bottle because this thing will screw straight onto here. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer this guy to this. All right. Now, you don't want to take this guy, screw it on here, just tighten it. You don't want to crank on it, just finger tight. You want to take your clean jugs. Make sure you're using distilled water jugs. You don't want any kind of tap water or any kind of other water in there. Just gonna flip it, just squeeze this puppy. This is the sucky part. Squeezing this shit. They're gonna be here for a while. Once you get to the point where the bottle is looking like that, the only way that I've figured out how to get the air back in is obviously just flipping it, unscrewing this cap off, the filter, sorry, and just blowing back into it and making the displacement go back to normal. I don't know of like I said, I don't know of any other way to do it, but this may not be like the most healthiest thing to do, but I wasn't a fart. And then just go back in. Alright, so we've already done about half the liquid already. I didn't want to bore you with filtering all the liquids, so saved you the trouble. But we're almost done here. We're good for now. Back to filtering. Now that the bottle's filled back up, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just fill it up. Just be careful with the wax. You don't want to smash up on the wax. Just pouring it straight in. I kind of pour it like a beer where you tilt it. But you can see the difference now, how clear it is. Super, super clear. We're about to heat it up and see how it looks here in a little bit. But once you're done, you're going to lose a little bit of liquid. You're going to want to top it off with a little bit of distilled water. Don't use tap water, just distilled water only. But yeah, that's pretty much it.